All right, thanks everyone for coming. When I come around to the schools in the springtime and I try and tell you how cool the summer reading program is and how we want you to read because it helps keep your brains in shape, another good way to keep your brains in shape is through music. And music is a family tradition of mine. Our director here is my mom, Mary Ann Foxen. And even my stepson down at the end is playing with us as well. And then I have all these other friends that I've made just through playing music. So we are going to share with you what we do in bell choir. So I'm gonna let my mom, Mary Ann, take over.
Hi. This is our first time ever coming away from the church. We usually play in church, at the Catholic Church and the Lutheran Church. So we have a mixture today of people between the two bell choirs, since it was hard to get everybody at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So Stephen and Karen are from the Lutheran Church and everybody else is from the Catholic Church. We've had a bell choir at our church for about 4 years, and so we're just having fun coming here to play for you today and play some fun things. We want to tell you a little bit about bells. These are called handbells, and the reason they're called handbells is because churches a long, long time ago, all they had was bells way up in the bell tower, and they were great big bells, and the only way you could make a sound was to have a rope or some sort of mechanical action that was attached to them. And sometimes people would go up into the bell towers. If there were 3 or 4 or 5 bells, they would go up there and they would take turns ringing the bells and try to make a melody. And that got to be a lot of work. It was really heavy pulling down on those ropes. And so, as the years progressed, they started to figure out a way that they could take the bell and make it into something they could hold in their hand and still make melody with it. So this is called a handbell, and it's made of a metal called brass, and then it's polished and shaped and tuned to a certain tone. So this is the tone of F, but Dallas down here has the biggest one that we own. You can ring that, Dallas, for us. It's a lot lower tone because it's bigger and it's tuned different. And Susan has one of the highest ones. Makes a tinkly little sound. So all together we can make a melody because we have all these tones that are shaped. Everybody here has a glove on. See the gloves? The reason they have gloves on is because if you get dirt or sweat or oil or anything on the brass metal, it changes the pitch of the bell, the tone of the bell. So if this got dirty in some way, when I rang it, it wouldn't make quite the same tone, and then the music wouldn't sound right if they got dirty. So that's why we wear gloves, and we don't ever touch the brass without having our gloves on. I don't have gloves on right now because I don't intend to touch it either. And the other thing we do every time we play them is polish them up because even our talking gets dirt on them, so we polish them up after every time we use them. We want to keep them in tune. The handbells are considered a percussion instrument. If you've ever paid attention to a band, there's woodwinds that blow into long tubes. There's brass made of the same material that blow with a mouthpiece, like trumpets and trombones and French horns. And then there's a percussion section, and the percussion section are the drums. And if you watch the drum section, they not only play the bass drum or the snare drum, but they also play some chimes and some bells and some castanets. They make all of the extra sounds of the band or the orchestra. And that's what we are. We're percussion. We can do all kinds of things with our bells. We can make all kinds of different sounds with them and still make a melody. We're going to show you some of those sounds. First of all, we can shake them. And make that kind of sound. We can pluck them. This is the clapper, And so we can pluck the clapper. Okay. We can use what we call a mallet. We can use a mallet on them. Go ahead. See, that sounds completely different, doesn't it? We can do something called a martelletto, which basically we're going to take our fist on the bell and we're going to slam our fist into the table. And when we do that, the bell's going to make an unusual sound. Okay, let's do it together. 1, 2, 3. Do it again. 1, 2, 3. Great sound, especially when it's in a special song. We use a martelletto. We can ring them and do things with them, like ring and swing. And that spreads the sound out. Can you hear the sound moving? Okay. We can ring and rotate them. And that takes this. Can you hear the sound going around up here? And we can ring them and touch the table, okay? 1, 2, 3, ring. Ring, dun, dun. Ring, dun, dun, ring. I love that sound. I wish we could use that sound more often. There's another sound we're going to do in the second song, and I'll talk about that later, okay? The hardest part about playing handbells is it's different from playing like a clarinet or something. A clarinet can play probably, I don't know, 40 different tones or different pitches, all in one person, and so they can play all the parts of a song. Where Dallas has 3 bells, he can only play 3 tones, and Stephen has 4, right? He can play 4. Joanne has quite a few over here. Because they're smaller, hold up your hands. If she holds them like that, she can play 2 in each hand. So, but it's still difficult because we have to wait our turn. So if part of the song is Sarah's 2 notes, then she has to wait till maybe Kim plays her note before Sarah gets to play again. And you have to know where everybody's playing in order to keep track of when it's your turn. That's the hardest part, is waiting your turn. So the first song, I'm not going to tell you the name of it. I'm going to see if you can figure it out and tell me when we get done. But it is a song that I hope you learn to sing in school. And I want you to watch for us using mallets in this song. Watch for the shake in this song. Watch for the ring and swing in this song. And then also watch for that mark where somebody slams their fist into a table to make a sound. All of those things are going to be used in this song. Okay. All right, I think we're ready to go. All right, so listen and see if you can figure out what this song is. Okay? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, ready, go. see all those things? You know what the song was? What? Yankee Doodle, that's right. Very good, very good. Good listening. Did you see the ring and swing? Okay, they were doing that down here, weren't they? Did you see the mallets? Who was doing the mallets? Yeah, these guys up here, weren't they? They were busy with mallets. Did anybody see the martelletto? It only happened once, and it happened right there. Yep. And let's see, did we do a shake? Yeah, we did do a shake. Did you see the shake? Actually, most of them were supposed to. But you see how some people did the shake and some didn't? And Kathy pointed out to me that she only had a couple of notes in this whole song. And that's just the way it is with handbells. Sometimes you have to play all the time, like Joanne did with all of hers, and sometimes you don't get to play much at all. And the next song, Kathy might have to play a lot. So you have to share your time and wait your turn. That's what the handbells is all about. Okay, we're going to move on to a very, very different song that you've never heard before. And the reason I picked this one is I wanted to show you one other really cool thing that handbells can do. I said they could make all the extra special sounds that a band or an orchestra would want to make. So we're going to make the sound of what it must be like to be up maybe in outer space or up in heaven. And it's a really, the word I think of is ethereal, but a really mysterious sound. If you've ever gone to a Star Wars movie, perhaps you've heard a sound like this. And the way we make this sound is with a dowel stick. And we actually made our own. We just cut up some dowels into the right length. And they use the dowel on the rim of the brass, and they make a sound. So show us, just all of you that have it. Not up here. Let's just do the dowel ones. Isn't that a really mysterious outer space kind of sound? That's called a singing bell. If you maybe sat around the dinner table with your adults and they've taken their finger around a wine glass or a water glass and done the same thing. It actually forces the brass to vibrate, and as they're playing it, they can actually feel that vibration a little bit. Okay. I don't like these guys to do it because that really gets so high pitched. It's hard on my ears, so I don't like them to do it very much. So this song is called Behold the Heavens, and that's exactly what we want you to imagine. Use your imagination. There's not much melody to it. Just imagine that you're up in outer space or you're in heaven. That's what the song is about. Okay? out his face away. Really cool, isn't it? However, did they use bells the whole time? No, they used something different, didn't they? Okay. We use another instrument that's part of our choir called a hand chime instead of a hand bell. And this was designed so that younger people could learn to play bells without playing the weight of a big bell and also without the danger of damaging the big bell. Because if you drop one of the big brass bells or any of the brass bells, that also will change the pitch. And let's face it, young people sometimes aren't quite as coordinated and they tend to get reckless and sometimes the bells get damaged. So these are used a lot with young children to allow them to learn how to play hand bells and still make a nice sound. It's called a hand chime. And I ring it the same way I ring the bell. So they used hand chimes in that last song, and we're also going to use them in the next song. And then when we get all done this afternoon with our program, we're going to allow you to come up 5 at a time and try out the hand chimes and play a song. We're actually going to play a song with hand chimes with any of you that want to try. Okay, where did they take me? Right here? Okay, so does anybody know what day today is? It's a national special day, June 14th. And Spencer celebrates it in a big way, all up and down Grand Avenue and over at the courthouse. And we all have those colors on. Does anybody know what day it is? What day is it? Flag Day, right. And Spencer is the flag city, isn't it? So in honor of Flag Day, we're going to play a really beautiful hymn called America the Beautiful. Okay? All right. Everybody got the right themselves? Watch, there's a sign and the corner and something. One, two, three, four. One, two. You've been a great audience. Anybody have any questions? about anything?
How often do you have to tune those? Does someone else, a professional bell tuner, come in? or-
Yeah, they're supposed to be sent in every 5 years to be recalibrated. It costs a lot of money to do that. And lots of bell wires don't do it that often. We're approaching, we're just at year 4, so. We did take them apart a year ago and completely clean them. That's tricky also to get them back together correctly, but we did do a really good cleaning of them.
What do you use to clean them?
Brass talc polish. I'm sure you could use Brasso, but they actually sell something that you're supposed to use. But it smells like brass polish to me. And we have cleaning cloths, yeah, that are pre-treated. That you can see, anytime you polish metal, it gets black. But we've been using these for all 4 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
How much does a set of bells cost?
Pardon me?
How much does a complete set?
Okay, this set is 3 octaves. An octave is 8 plus the sharps and flats. So it's 37 bells and it was about $12,000. But the chimes are a lot cheaper. They're more like, this set was like $2,000 for the same set of 37. So you can see why you would use these with children. And our school will start to use them next year, we hope, with the children. Anything else? Well, we've had a great time coming, playing for you, and they're gonna quietly try to get everything put away. You can see there's a lot of equipment involved, a lot of cases, and we have special tables, although we did not bring those. We have to keep them on foam. You guys can start cleaning up. We have to use foam for our playing because if you, again, put them down on a hard surface of any kind and put them down repeatedly, that will change the calibration of them as well. The bell itself actually has so we have a mark here that tells us how to, and we hold it with that mark up. And that means that right here, it very faintly is a strike point, and the clapper then is designed to hit that strike point, and that's where the tone is actually, in this case, a B flat, is actually tuned so that when you strike that point, it's a B flat. Okay. All right, we're gonna get ready here for young people or older people. You can come up and try too, but we can only do 5 at a time.
Do you want to get out and will you direct us?
Yep.
Okay. Now, remember about the stars and the diamonds and the circles and the squares and the triangles, and I can't see that far. What do you know?
Half moons at the end.
Half moons, okay. All right. So we're taking turns in a line. So this gentleman here is going to do 2 stars, and then what happens? 2 triangles. Who's triangles? Yay, okay. So you're the next one, and then the half moons. 2, and then what happens?
One triangle.
Got a triangle. You got it. Let's try it.
Okay,
Ready? Okay. Now watch their director. Yeah.
I'll send.
Okay, very good. Ready?
Right.
I'll tell you when, okay? You get ready.
Go. Oh, see, you guys know where you are. I don't even know where you are. I'm just gonna keep doing this and you follow with the pattern. Who's next?
She did it.
Oh, you did it already?
Yeah.
We missed it? Okay.
So we need triangle again. There we go. Now 2 squares. Right. Good job.
Good job.
Good job. Okay. All right, now let's start again, and this time we'll keep going, okay? Everybody needs to really be looking down here because you gotta look and see when it's your turn, and you aren't gonna know if you're not watching who's playing, okay? So you're watching for the 2 stars.
And then when, at the very top, you see how the line goes and then it stops for a minute here? Where are we gonna go next? Do we just walk away and we're done?
No.
No, we have to go down to the next line on the bottom, don't we, and finish playing, so keep an eye on that, whoever's next on that one. Okay, are we ready?
Now watch.
1, 2, ready, go.
Back to the beginning, 2 stars.
Stars, yeah.
What song were you playing? I didn't.
Twinkle, twinkle, little
Yeah,
star.
right. Okay, you can hear that. Good job. Excellent. Okay, do we have 5 more people that want to try it? Young or old?
Want to try it, Keith?
No?
We just
How
like
about-
the one.
How about some adults that want to try it? This is reading music without having to read music.
Follow the dots.
Should we have them play it one more time?
Okay.
Yes, let's do that.
Do you want to get in there?
Sure.
Last time we switched them up.
Yeah.
We switched them up on one time too.
Oh, okay, that's
So
a
they
good
got to play
idea.
it different.
Put yours down and switch to a different one.
Just take a
Yep,
different,
take a
different
different
note.
one, different note.
All right, there you go. Okay. Now,
So
you-
now, yeah.
which one are you?
Star.
So you're a star, okay, and which one are you?
Circle.
Okay, and you're a diamond, you're a circle, and you're what? Square, okay?
Triangle.
Triangle. Okay, shall we try the scale?
Okay,
Okay, want to start down here? One ring.
we're just going up the line.
Yeah, we're
not
just
doing
gonna
the
do-
music. Just come right
So
up
we'll
the
do
line.
1, 2, 1, 2. We're gonna do that scale. Remember we did that before? We're gonna do that again. Ready, set, go. Oh, nice.
You know how to do like do, re, mi, fa, sol? Do you know how to do that? That's what you're doing. You're doing do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. What's missing? T, do. Yeah, we don't need T, D, T, and do in this song. So we don't have them, right? Okay. All right.
Ready?
Showtime.
Okay, keep an eye on what
Remember which
your
note you have.
Yep,
which-
your note,
which,
because we're gonna,
symbol.
this is kinda mixed up. We switched notes, so don't play your old note. Ready? We're gonna start with the star. 1, 2, ready, go.
Triangle. Just once.
Triangle.
Triangle.
We started over down here.
Here you are. You play a lot this time.
Yeah, this is
Here we go.
different than
Right
last
here.
time.
Start. Now it's your turn. Your turn. Whoops.
Nice job.
All right.
Musicians have to be flexible.
Yes, that's right. Good job.
That's great. Thank you.
Thanks for trying something new. That was great.
I want to